Joining me now from our bureau in Washington, D.C., contributing editor for Newsweek and Daily Ledger contributor Peter Roff. Peter, I want to go to the opening paragraph number 2 of the Whistleblower report because I think it really goes to the heart of what we've seen the last couple of weeks. This is the opening paragraph number 2 of the Whistleblower report, and it reads, "Received information from multiple U.S. government officials that the President of the United States is using the power of his office to solicit interference from a foreign country in the 2020 U.S. election. These actions pose risks to national security." So in that one sentence and a half or so, we have a witness list, right? That's named there. Effectively, it's the beginning, the origins of a witness list. We have the charges, abuse of power, and, quote, a bribe. And then we have the framing that this is a national security risk, quote, unquote. If you compare that opening paragraph to the first 2 weeks of this open testimony in the impeachment process, the Democrats have followed this roadmap, this script, to a T.
Well, they did, and they did it in the sense that I still think the whistleblower allegations read far more seriously than anything that was produced in front of the committee. One of the things that matters here is the president's intent, and nobody is able to prove that the president intended to do any of the things that the whistleblower alleged, or that Chairman Schiff alleged, or that a lot of the people in the media who are driving this conversation have alleged that he did.
Gordon Sondland, his final testimony really obliterates the mindset. You were talking about, you go to the motivation, you go to the mindset of the accused. Gordon Sondland effectively throwing water on it after all these conversations. No quid pro quo, and no, I don't want anything from Ukraine. He just wants the new president of Ukraine to do the right thing.
That would be my assessment. I don't think that while it may, and I'm not even sure it shows poor judgment, because I'm certainly curious as to why Burisma decided to put Hunter Biden on the board of directors, and what he was doing for his $50,000 a month, and if he had any ex-parte conversations with his father, the vice president of the United States, who was the point man on Ukraine policy. I don't think that they've shown anything here in these hearings that rises to the level of an impeachable offense, and my bar for what constitutes impeachment, frankly, is pretty low.
And I would also like to know, Peter, what happened.
Reason they want.
I would like to know what happened in the 2016 election cycle. It could be that Russia and Ukraine, they're not mutually exclusive, despite what Fiona Hill said. It could be that Ukraine and Russia tried to interfere in the 2016 election. Real quick, page 4. I want to go to page 4 of the whistleblower report, because this goes to something else. Transcript was loaded into a separate electronic system that is otherwise used to store and handle classified information of an especially sensitive nature. One White House official described this act as an abuse of the electronic system. It's filled with, obviously, opinion. But this, again, goes to the scripted portion of the, quote, cover-up that Nancy Pelosi keeps talking about. But we know from the testimony, Peter, if people were paying attention, this guy, Tim Morrison with the NSC, said no, it was put on that other server by mistake. Somebody misinterpreted what somebody else said. There's no cover-up here.
No, there isn't. But this president doesn't get the benefit of the doubt ever from the Democrats or from anybody who's supposed to be impartial when they're covering this conversation. Everything that he does is presumed to be malicious.
Right.
Everything that he does is presumed to be corrupt. Everything he does is presumed to be impeachable. This is not the way that the founders intended our system to work. I think that the hangover from this is going to be long, and it's going to be profound, and that people like Nancy Pelosi, even as she lives out her retirement in her fancy house in Northern California, is going to rue the day that they decided to go down this road, because it will come back to bite them eventually.
Starting to look that way. If you believe the polling, and you look at the donations to the Democrats versus Republicans, it's beginning to start to look like not so much a white Christmas for the Democrat National Committee. And again, back to the server. It's very simple. it was a simple mistake. It's not like, Peter, somebody went to their server and deleted 30,000 emails now, is it? Peter, thanks.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.